Hey, this is TJ Jones, the host of the State of the Saints podcast, and I want to take a minute to tell you about POW Audio. Now, POW Audio is going to change your listening experience. You're probably asking yourself, TJ, how is POW Audio going to change my listening experience? Because POW Audio has a revolutionary design, delivers a crystal clear and powerful sound in a collapsible Bluetooth speaker. That's right, collapsible Bluetooth speaker, and is designed for ultimate portability. So check out facebook.com, search POW Audio, or on their website, powaudio.com. That's POW audio.com.
One more time.
What's going on, Who Dat Nation? It is yours truly, TJ Jones, the host of the State of the Saints podcast, and welcome to the State of the Saints podcast, where we talk New Orleans Saints. And on this edition of the State of the Saints podcast, y'all already know, man, we're talking about the guy behind me, right? Jadeveon Clowney, because there was some breaking news, man. Breaking news. It seems like Jadeveon Clowney could possibly land with the New Orleans Saints, or he could possibly land with the Tennessee Titans. So I decided to have an emergency State of the Saints podcast, what I like to call the Who Dat Town Hall, okay? The Who Dat Town Hall. Now, this is the first time we're doing this, okay? I am bringing this out for this episode. Who Dat Town Hall is an emergency episode of the State of the Saints podcast where I allow you to lead the show. You know, like, look, normally I have an opening statement. I tell you what I think, but I'm more interested in what you think about Jadeveon Clowney being signed. I mean, y'all hear from me enough, right? Y'all hear from me enough. I mean, I do shows and y'all get my perspective, but look, you all are the most important part of the State of the Saints podcast. Make no mistake about it. So the Who Dat Town Hall is in session. I ain't really got a gavel. That was just my fist. Okay? It's now in session. So feel free to comment. Let me know what you think about the Saints possibly signing Jadeveon Clowney. And probably in the middle of this whole town hall, I'll give my opinion about it. But I want to say thank you for checking out the State of the Saints podcast. And if this is your first time checking us out, really do appreciate it. And hopefully this won't be your last, man, because leading up to week one, my goodness, man, we got a jam-packed show from tomorrow on to probably up to Sunday, man. I got some huge news, but I'm going to wait till later in the show to let you all know about some of the guests that we have. But it is going to be a jam-packed show. I'm telling you, a jam-packed show all week long for the State of the Saints podcast. But thank you very much for tuning in. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Shouts out to the Truth Hurts. Okay, he was first in the chat, so I want to give him a shout out. My guy Michael Alexander in the building. We got Lewis in here. We got Dirk, not Novinsky, but Paulin. Okay, we got Blake. We got Grayleen, Travis, Paul, Dada Saints, William. Got my boy Brian up in the building, man. Lewis once again. So gonna go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and start with my boy Mike, man. Got to start off with Mike. Mike says, TJ, thoughts on this? We don't need him, but man, if we get him, he could be the missing piece to the puzzle. Who dat? Davenport still the man, though. That's a good point right there. I definitely feel like the Saints don't need him. But like I said, I am going to give Bob Pickett later on in the show. All right. Shouts out to my guy Chemo Slice who hit me up in the inbox, man. Let me know. Cause I ain't gonna lie to you, Chemo. I'll let you know what I was doing, man, when you hit me up. No, Kai hit me up. But Chemo, you know what I'm saying, always hitting me up, you know what I'm saying, letting me know what's going on too. But Kai hit me up. But I'm gonna let y'all know what I was doing, man. Your boy was frying chicken. Okay. Look, I know, you know what I'm saying. I know this don't have nothing to do with the state of the Saints. But I was actually frying up some chicken. I was chilling with my son, and I thought I was done for the day, man. Then all of a sudden, Kai hits me up in the inbox and like, man, TJ, you heard about Jadeveon Clowney? And as soon as that happened, my big brother EJ texted me and like, man, you see this? So I'm like, man, we got to have a show tonight. So that's what I was doing, man. I was frying up that chicken, man. I was on the phone with my mama trying to see if she hooked me up with that recipe. You know what I'm saying? Because I can make good fried chicken. But, you know what I'm saying, ain't really got that much flavor on it. You know what I'm saying? So I had to hit up my mom, you know what I'm saying, ask her, how can I keep that flavor on that chicken? And I got to say, man, your boy put it down. I know it ain't got nothing to do with the State of the Saints podcast, but hey, look, we keep it real over here. I'll let y'all know what I'm doing. What's going on, man? Who that? Jerry Port says, who that? Mike says, what's good? Clowney sign. If we get him before Alvin deal is done, what you say? Mike, I don't think one has anything to do with the other. I'm going to just be 100 with you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think that they're going to sign Alvin Kamara regardless, okay? They got some things going on. They trying to move and shake some things around. They're trying to switch around some guys' contracts. They're probably trying to get these guys some signage bonus money, you know what I'm saying, to free up some of the money in order for them to get him. But it's not going to have anything to do with Alvin Kamara. He going to get his Skrilla. You ain't got to worry about that, Mike. William said, let's go. William, fire it up, man. I'm fired up too. Jerry says, State of the Saints podcast. TJ Jones, the host. That's right. Shouts out to Jerry, man, the OG of the State of the Saints podcast. Dirk laughing. I'm pretty sure he laughed because I said Dirk Nowitzki. You know what I'm saying? If he was Dirk Nowitzki, I would have been like, Lord. I mean, I'm so honored for you to be here. But thank you very much, Dirk. I really do appreciate it, man. Dirk is on Facebook. Travis says, TJ got the moves. Man, I ain't got no moves, man. I ain't got no rhythm, okay? You don't believe me? Ask my wife. My wife laughs at me all the time, okay? She says, you don't have no rhythm. And she says, I don't have rhythm. So she feels sorry for our son, Paxton. Hey, man, but I appreciate it, though, man. I'm just fired up. I'm just excited to be on the show. Dalton says, what up, TJ? Dalton, man, one of the other OGs of the State of the Saints podcast. Shouts out to Dalton, man. Got my guy Chosen says, who that? TJ, jigging in the intro. I love it, man. Shouts out to Chosen, man. That boy Chosen, man. That boy is always on Facebook. Oh, you always give me a good laugh, brother. You don't even know. Like every time I look at your Facebook page, man, you give me a good laugh. So shouts out to my guy Chosen. Jason says, I hope we do. Plain and simple. I think a lot of people echo your sentiments, Jason. We got Latrell. Latrell says, who that, TJ? The host. You know, I got to bow my head every time I say the host. We got Dwayne in here. Man, Dwayne, shouts out to you, homie. He says, what up, TJ? I'm on this channel watching you on the Android and watching Big Q on my iPad. Man, I hate that, man. I promise you, I hate that. I hate that, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know, people could be, you know, watching Big Q, you know what I'm saying? But I jumped on. I seen CB on, you know what I'm saying, for the Who That Nation chat line. I hate that, man. I don't want to feel like, you know what I'm saying, we fighting for viewship. But, man, shouts out to Big Q, man. He was on the show earlier today. Y'all make sure y'all, you know, even if y'all jump up out of here, man, see what Big Q talking about. That's my guy right there. He was on the show today, dropped some knowledge on us, man, and I really enjoyed him. And we definitely going to have to get him back on here again. William says, hell yeah. William, man, he wants Jadeveon for real, man. Carlos, man, watching on Twitter, man. Shouts out to Twitter, man. Twitter is now the new place you can check out the State of the Saints podcast live. All you have to do is go on Twitter, follow yours truly at State of Saints. That is State of Saints, man. So take a few minutes if you're on Twitter. Know a lot of people don't use it, but if you are on Twitter, check out State of Saints. He says Clowney would give the Saints a pass rush. Carlos, I feel like the Saints already got a pass rush, dude. Like, okay, you can make an argument to say that he can add to the Saints pass rush, but the Saints already got a pass rush. They already got a guy that's teetering on the brinks of the Hall of Fame in Cam Jordan. Okay, they got a guy named Sheldon Rankins who played pretty damn good before he tore his Achilles, and I feel like he is going to have a bounce back season. They got a young up and coming pass rusher in Marcus Davenport, and you got David Onyemata, who I feel like is one of the most underrated defensive tackles on this team. Okay, everybody talks about Shy Tuttle. People even talk about Malcolm Brown, who is good in his own right, but nobody really gives David Onyemata his credit. The Saints already got a pass rush, and that's not to mention the rotation of guys you have. You got Mario Edwards, you got Trey Hendrickson, you got Carl Granderson. I mean, so you got rotation, man. Let's not act like the Saints out here struggling, all right? And I'm gonna let y'all know why I feel that the Saints decided to go out here and try to pursue Jadeveon Clowney as hard as they did. We're gonna talk about that in a minute. Dirk Nowitzki says, "Make it happen." You're now Dirk Nowitzki, even though your name is Dirk Paulin. I'm going to call you Dirk Nowitzki. You know what I'm saying? You're the State of the Saints podcast version of Dirk Nowitzki, and it's pretty obvious since you got the Pelicans logo up there. You're a basketball fan, so you're Dirk Nowitzki, right? Shouts out to Dirk, man. We got Jerry, man, active in the chat tonight. He says, "I enjoyed you and Big Q earlier today." Yeah, man, I enjoyed it. Like, shouts out to Big Q. Like I said, man, I know he live right now. And, y'all check him out, man. Y'all check him out. Like I said, even if y'all have to jump out of here in order to listen to him, y'all know me, man. You know what I'm saying? I want everybody to get their content out there. I feel like we're all trying to give you all the best content possible. So, man, y'all make sure y'all support Big Q and follow his channel and subscribe to the channel, please. William says, get for the defense. Yeah, I agree. Michael says, before Alvin deal, Mike, I don't think one has anything to do with the other, man. I think that the Saints already know they're going to sign him back. And him coming back to practice, I think the conversation is over, Mike. I'm honest. I'm being honest with you. I feel like the conversation about Alvin Kamara's contract is over. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time before you look at your phone or you look at your tablet and you see the Saints sign Alvin Kamara to so many years, so many $1 million. So I'm not even worried about that. It's over. There's no way in the world, Mike, that Alvin Kamara would be coming to practice if the Saints don't have something in place, if they weren't negotiating a deal. So, Mike, I understand, man. I understand. You're like, man, whoa, man, what about, you know what I'm saying? What about the guy on our team already? I don't think the Saints forgot about Alvin Kamara at all. It's only a matter of time, dude. Just keep checking your phone. Why all of a sudden the change? I'll get to that in a minute, Dirk. That kind of coincides with what I'm going to say. I'm going to scroll down a tad bit. So I apologize, folks, but I want to scroll down just a tad bit, man. Just try to because a lot of the stuff that I'm reading is basically like kind of intro stuff. So let's see where we at. Let's go ahead with Brian. Brian says defense wins championships, and this year, I feel it's going to be lights out. I feel they're going all in. It's for Drew this year. It's now or never. That's a good point. That's a good point right there. Brian, you laying down them gems, man. You drop gems on every word that you just said. I 100% agree with you on that one. Tomas says Clowney's number wasn't as good in Seattle because he went from a number 2 defensive end for the Texans to a number 1 defensive end in Seattle, being doubled all the time. Tomas, I'm going to get into that a little bit later too. Kim, what's going on, Kim? Kim says, already got my first game outfit picked out. I'm too ready. Yeah, Kim, she turned up, man. You know what I'm saying? She ready for the first game of the season, man. Shouts out to Kim. Thank you very much. I never seen you in the chat before, so I want to say thank you and welcome. For all those that probably been checking out the State of the Saints podcast, but never really been interacting, thank you all very much. I really do appreciate that. Shouts out to Kim. Charlton says Lattimore, Jack Rabbit, Malcolm Jenkins, Marcus Williams, Davis, Cam Jordan, Rankins, Clowney, and Azzaloni. Woo! Let's eat. Super Bowl. I'm so ready, fam. Who that? Hey, man, that boy fired up. That guy fired up right there, man. I mean, an embarrassment of riches. I agree with you. Man, Dirk is active. He says, for sure. Yeah, man, Dirk Nowitzki. That's who you are, man. You the State of the Saints podcast, Dirk Nowitzki. You know what I'm saying? So, well, if y'all in the chat, y'all see Dirk commenting, man, y'all make sure that y'all just put Dirk Nowitzki up in there, man. Give a shout out to Dirk. My guy, Bill Wolf says, this would be a massive game changer. I agree with that, man. 1,000%. It would be a game changer. James says, hey, TJ, what's going on, James? Terry says, what do you think about picking up Clinton Dix now that Dallas released him? I like Clinton Dix. He was an awesome safety at Alabama. He did some good things in the league, especially for the Green Bay Packers. But I don't think the Saints need him, man. I think the Saints have enough safeties already. And I think he's going to land on his feet. I'm pretty sure he's probably going to end up in Carolina or somewhere. So he'll probably end up in the NFC South playing for Carolina. You know, Carolina have a way of going out here getting these guys that have names and middle of the pack. So might end up in Carolina, man. Why not? But I don't think the Saints need him. No disrespect to I think he's an above average safety. I don't want to say he's a great safety. I think that his name is just I think his name is putting him in key places. And I think his name is the reason why people want to sign him. But I mean, he middle of the pack, and I get it. You know, he went to Alabama. You know, he was a safety for them, and he was really good for them. But in the league, man, he above average. He's not good or great. He's just above average, in my opinion. Tomas says, and Nola, side by side with Cam and Davenport, he will be a beast. I'll get back to that. Carlos says, Bill Wolf, just go for it, to be honest. Terry says, can never have enough depth in the secondary. That's a good point, Terry. That's a good point. But I just don't think the Saints need him. And I really think that DJ Swearinger is a good, solid safety, man. Nobody really talking about. DJ Swearinger would not be on a free agent market or be released by any team if he could handle his injury issues, man. Like, I guarantee you, if DJ Swearinger could stay healthy for a team, there's no way in the world the Saints would get him. And he is a guy that can turn, you know what I'm saying, that can intercept the ball. You know, like, just ask Drew Brees. I mean, every time DJ Swearinger played Drew Brees, I swear, DJ Swearinger picking off Drew Brees. It's unbelievable. Mike says, Nader 723, which is somewhat credible, saying we signed him for 1 year, $10 million. He was the first to break the news before everyone. Man, if we get this man, the nastiest D-line, man, wow, rotation, crazy. Alon says, man, you think Bucks is going to be in trouble? It looks like it. It looks like it. Graylin says, I'm excited for you to do the podcast with Jari Evans. Yeah, man, Jari Evans going to be on the show next week. You know, I mean, Graylin already, you know what I'm saying, mentioned it. I mentioned it in the State of the Saints podcast Facebook page. But yes, Jari Evans, 4-time All-Pro, Super Bowl champion, who I feel like eventually going to end up in the Hall of Fame. Jari Evans will be on the State of the Saints podcast. I was having conversations with his agent on social media, man, just trying to get a date and a time set. But we are set. He will be on the show this Wednesday, okay? This Wednesday. And since we're talking about it, man, let me tell y'all about all the guests that we're going to have on the show this week, okay? Starting tomorrow at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time, T-Bob Hebert will be on the show, all right? T-Bob Hebert. On Tuesday of next week, John DeShazer, the senior writer of the NewOrleansSaints.com, will be on the show. Wednesday morning, Mike Detillier, college scout, NFL analyst, and Jari Evans. Man, come on, man. State of the Saints podcast, man. We about to turn up next week, you know, and not to mention on Thursday, Not to mention on Thursday, it is going to be the premiere of me and my big brother EJ show. You know, we're going to kick it off immediately following the first game, the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Houston Texans, man. So you do not want to miss it. We jam-packed, man. I don't know what else to tell y'all, man. We got some guests coming through the spot. So do not miss it, all right? Jam-packed week next week. And we probably going to get someone from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers organization, or, you know what I'm saying, somebody from their, you know, local radio station or a reporter to be on the show as well. Probably going to get a little friendly fire segment going. So y'all be on the lookout for that too, man. Keep it locked. State of Saints on Twitter, Facebook.com, search The State of the Saints podcast. I'm telling y'all, man, we on the move. We are on the move, man. Bill Whoop says, would he take Davenport's place on the D-line? No, I do not believe that. I do not believe that. Clowney would be signed by Monday, and Kamara deal will be done by week 1. I agree. Josh says, I don't want him. That's an interesting take. D.A. says, good move to security rotation in the D-line and some security in case Davenport's get injured again. I'll address that a little bit later, too. Kevin says, who that? What's going on, man? Appreciate it, man. Appreciate you checking us out, Kev. Tremaine says, who that, TJ? What's going on, Tremaine? Jonathan says, TJ, the podcast, he slays, man. I appreciate it, man. It's all because of y'all. I told you, man, since day one. You know, y'all have been supporting your boy before I was even behind this camera, when I was just doing voiceovers and slideshows, man. And look where we are right now. We went from that to interviewing Super Bowl champions. So thank y'all so much. Thank y'all for allowing this local guy, you know what I'm saying, from New Orleans, Louisiana, born and raised in the Ninth Ward. Thank y'all for helping me make this podcast a success. I really do appreciate it, man, from the bottom of my heart. Real talk. I will never, ever get behind here and act as if it was something that I did. This is all because of you all, your support, the comments, the tweets. You all made this channel successful, and I'm forever indebted to you all. So my job is to give you the best content, and I just appreciate you all. Thank you. Bill Wolf says, nah, just more guys to hunt Tom Brady. Raquel says, hey, what's going on, Raquel? Tremaine says, Las Vegas, who that? Man, what's going on, man? You got, hey, week 2. I know they're not going to have anybody in Las Vegas Stadium or anything like that, man, but you got to turn up for the black and gold if you're out there in Las Vegas, okay? Got to turn up for the black and gold out there in Vegas, all right? Don't forget about that. Samuel says, you and Deuce are better than all of them other Saints podcasts. Well, I appreciate that, Sam, but, you know, I give credit to everybody podcasts out there. You know, like, I know sometimes, you know what I'm saying, people give you a little different flavor, but it's tough, man, to do a podcast. It's tough. Anytime a person gets behind the mic and kind of, you know, opens themselves up to scrutiny, you know what I'm saying, comments, you know, that might not be the best comments in the world, man. You got to have some thick skin, and you got to have some confidence in the process, man. So I got a lot of respect for everybody who starts a podcast, and anybody that want to start a podcast, man, all it takes is just to go out there and make it happen. You know, it's probably, you know, start off a little slow, but just constantly make content and believe in yourself. All right. So, man, Sam, I appreciate what you're saying. And Deuce is incredible. But I mean, you got Big Q, you know what I'm saying, who's outstanding. You got NOS Podcast, who's outstanding. Simba, you know what I'm saying, who just starting out. He does Saints and boxing. He's outstanding. You know what I'm saying? Earl, you know what I'm saying, is another guy, you know, I feel like is outstanding. Merv, who just, I think he did maybe his 3rd or 4th podcast, man. Like, there's so many guys out there that are just getting started, and they got my support, man. So I appreciate what you're saying, but I support everybody, okay? I support everybody. What up, TJ? You're doing a good thing, my brother. Keep up the good work. Who that? What's going on, Wallace? Appreciate that, man, and thank you so much for your time, man. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you. Shamika says, good evening, TJ. Shamika, what's going on? Appreciate you stopping by. I promise you we're going to be talking about Jadeveon Clowney. I just want to give everybody their respect. Levi says, we don't need him. Interesting. Raquel says, who that for life? That's what I'm talking about. Who that nation all day. The truth says Clowney will be signed by the weekend, maybe Saturday evening. Watch. The truth. I hope you're right, man. I hope you're right. We don't need Clowney. That's a good take. Interesting. Ralph says, can I get a follow back? Ralph, where you at, man? Where you at? Are you on Facebook? Are you on Twitter? Where you at? Follow me on Twitter, State of Saints, Instagram, TJ Jones underscore, TJAY Jones underscore. So Facebook, wherever you at, man, I'll follow you back. I hope my guy Shy Tuttle still gets some reps too. I ain't gonna lie to you, Grayland. I'm not really hearing that much out of Shy Tuttle. I don't know why. TJ, the host. If we get Clowney, ain't no excuses for us not to go all the way Saints, all day way. Who that? Okay, I guess you mean Saints all the way. So yeah, I agree with that. I agree 100. Danny says snag him for the league minimum. I don't know if that's gonna happen, especially since you have another team trying to get his services as well. So I don't know about that. Mike says, who is the odd man out if we do sign Clowney? I hate to say it, man, and this is my guy, and I root for this dude all day and all night. But it might be Mario Edwards, man. It might be my guy, Mario Edwards. Y'all probably seen him. I actually interviewed him on the show, and I hate that, but he might be the odd man out. Trevi says, the host of the State of the Saints podcast, I have mixed opinions about this. I doubt it. We really need Clowney, but him and Davenport will make a great rotation on defense. That's a good point. I'll give to that a little bit later about the mixed emotions part. Dwayne says, I'm watching both. I stated I was from the State of the Saints podcast, and they welcomed me with a lot of respect. Q says some really cool things about you. Big props to both of you guys. Yeah, man. I mean, Big Q is an outstanding podcaster. He does a great show, great content. Unlimited content. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he has like round the clock content. So I mean, what more can you ask for? Outstanding. So yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. There are some people who do podcasts and they probably do similar things to someone else that probably has a podcast, especially on YouTube, and and I guess they feel like they vying for viewers. Man, I never feel like that. I want everybody to be successful. That's just me. I don't think like just because you go watch somebody else show, oh man, what you doing watching them? Like, watch whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's way. You know what I'm saying? Millions of hours of YouTube hours of being taking place. You know what I'm saying? People watching content all over YouTube. So, man, take advantage of it. But shouts out to Big Q. Shouts out to Deuce Winham. Shouts out to NOS. Shouts out to Simba, Merv. You know what I'm saying? Like all the cats out there that starting podcasts. Like, let's get this content out there, man. Let's speak for the Saints. Let's speak for the Who Dat Nation, because the national media not. Yes, load up on Cam on one side, Rankins and Malcolm Brown and Yamada in the middle, Davenport and Clowney on the other end. Yeah, man. That sound nasty. Do you think Queen Frida will make a dance for Clowney? Man, Big Frida. I don't know, man. I don't know. If he comes, he might. But Frida may not be the only one. It might be so many other people. Y'all know how it go, man. Like New Orleans, man, they make a folk hero out you. They'll make a song about you in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Have everybody twerking to your song. You know what I'm saying? I need artists down there in New Orleans make me a bounce song, man. Give me a bounce song. Get it going. State of the Saints, state of the Saints, state of the Saints, something like that. Leo Wilson says Madden said the Saints will go into the season with high expectations, but will lose game after game. Bree's arm is weak. Taysom Hill got ups, but can he control the pocket? And Winston has not evolved yet. Leo, I assume that you're not a Saints fan looking at some of this stuff that you're saying right there. Look, All I know is for the last couple of years, the Saints have had the best record in NFL over the past 3 seasons. All I know is that Drew Brees is one of the most accurate quarterbacks, definitely going to the Hall of Fame. Taysom Hill, in my opinion, if the Saints would have kept him in the game versus the Minnesota Vikings, the Saints would have won. And Jameis Winston, I feel like now that the Saints probably simplified the offense for him, he might be able to develop. I mean, so I don't know. I feel like the Saints are in good shape at the quarterback position. Most teams have issues trying to find one quarterback. The Saints sitting up here with 3. So there you have it. Nate says this move is an all-in move to get Drew that second ring he deserves. Who that? Dwayne says, here goes the first fart. I be ripping. Shouts out to Dwayne, man. Thank you very much for the $1.99. Jay says, salute. Philip says, I think the reason why the Saints want to sign Clowney is because Davenport missed 2 practices due to injury, and they want to have depth if he goes down. I don't know about that. But let me read a few more, and then I'll go ahead and give my take on this. Let me read a few more. And I apologize if I'm not looking straight at the camera, folks. I'm looking at the screen so I can pull out these comments. So if I'm looking away from the camera, I apologize. I know you're supposed to look at the camera and stuff, but hey. Chosen says, I'm personally not that hype on Clowney. It won't hurt us to sign him, but I don't think he makes us better. That's what we already is. Because if you feel that strong for Clowney, then Davenport should get the same love. So if we sign him, cool. Throw in some packages for him. If not, I'm not going to lose no sleep. Well, I mean, I guess, you want to maximize your team to the best of your ability. Dwayne laughing. Leader of the pack says the Dome Patrol 2. Man, that's some high praise right there, leader. Leader of the pack. James says, what up, TJ? Tampa trying their best to keep up, but they don't have our culture. That's a good point, James. I ain't gonna lie to you about that. The Saints got the type of sauce that, only the Saints can have, I think teams be trying to replicate what the Saints got, even from the celebrations. When you remember the Saints brought that, the picture celebration where everybody runs to the end zone pole for the camera. Not everybody do it. I mean, I just think that the Saints. I think the Saints came out there with the mask on for the divisional round against the Vikings. The next week, here come the Eagles talking about they got dog mask on. Like, man, Saints been away for at least the last 3 years. At least the last 3 years. I just want to let that be known right now. Official Young Nola says, bro, if I make a song for State of the Saints, will you include it in your intro? Yeah, of course. Yeah, I would include it. No problem. I mean, what I'm saying, as long as they ain't like, derogatory or nothing like that, then I can't play it. But if it's just like, what I'm saying, if it's banging, what I'm saying, then yeah. Who that man says, hey, TJ, what number you think Clowney would wear for the Saints? Malcolm Brown already wears 90. I don't know. I would have to see. I can't remember. I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe 97 or something like that. I know, like I say, Mario Edwards might end up being a casualty of this. So might be like 97. Or he probably like get a lower number, probably in the 70s or something like that. So I'm not sure. Leo, keep your comments to yourself, bro. What did Leo say? Man, I don't know what Leo said, so I don't know what comments he need to keep to himself. But let me go ahead and give my comments. Let me give my take on this whole Jadeveon Clowney situation. Now, some people gonna get mad at me. Some people probably won't. But y'all know me. Some of you probably just starting to know me. But I keep it 100. I'm not saying I'm the most correct person, but I just give my honest assessment. I feel like this is one of the biggest, you bought a Maserati. Well, I'm going to get a Lamborghini type situations I've ever seen. Here we see the New Orleans Saints, right? Seems like they got a pretty decent team. All of a sudden, here come the Tampa Bay Buccaneers yesterday signing Leonard Fournette, right? Leonard Fournette gets cut by the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are making a splash. All of a sudden, we want to get Jadeveon Clowney. We're hearing all this news about Jadeveon Clowney. Like, Jadeveon Clowney has been out here for months. For months. Now, all of a sudden, the Saints want to go ahead and grab this dude. I don't know what it is, man. It seems to me that the New Orleans Saints just want to take the attention off the Buccaneers and put it back on to the Saints. So this is one of the biggest, okay, you think you riding clean? You got that Mozzie? Okay, let me go out here and get this Lamborghini. Let me go out here and get this Phantom on you. Let me go out here and get this Bentley truck. That's what it's like to me. I don't think the Saints would have ended up signing Jadeveon Clowney if Leonard Fournette didn't go to the Buccaneers. That's just me. We all know that Sean Payton likes attention, regardless to how we want to believe that he don't. No matter how he tries to portray like he don't, we know that Sean Payton is extremely petty. We know that he will do anything to try to get the leg up on the competition. I see a couple people in the chat saying the Saints are trying to go all out to try to win a Super Bowl for Drew Brees. I absolutely agree with that. Do I feel like Jadeveon Clowney, if he was to come to the Saints, would he be a starter over Marcus Davenport? Hell no. Definitely not. That won't happen. The Saints will probably put him at the linebacker position before they change out Marcus Davenport, which they probably end up doing because he can rush the passer and he can stand up and he can play in coverage because he's an extremely freakishly talented guy. I have a lot of questions about Jadeveon Clowney, Who Dat Nation. For example, I don't understand why everybody just going wild and crazy like this guy is Reggie White leaving the Philadelphia Eagles, going to the Green Bay Packers back in 1994. This guy never had double-digit sacks. He played opposite of one of the best defensive ends of all time in J.J. Watt. Never had double-digit sacks, even though he wasn't getting double-teamed. J.J. Watt was. What the problem was? The same issues that everybody crying and whining and boo-hooing. Well, Marcus Davenport, he a bust. The same situation with Marcus Davenport that makes you angry, you can say the same thing about Jadeveon Clowney. Because Jadeveon Clowney has a history of being injured, just like Marcus Davenport. So, I don't get it. And another thing I don't get, why the New Orleans Saints out here acting desperate, acting like that female, you know what I'm saying, that can't get a date, acting like that guy who can't get a date, want to wine and dine this dude, telling their players to call this guy up. For what? Like, seriously, man. They acting like they was 8-8, 7-9 last season or something. Call up Jadeveon Clowney and tell him, please come to the Saints. Tell him the crawfish is good. Tell him to go down to Cajun Seafood on Claiborne, man. The ball shrimp off the chains. You can go get that shrimp and fish plate for $14.99. You get a hot sausage on French, man. I'm telling you, it's off the chain. Man, forget all that, man. Why are the Saints out here trying to recruit this dude like he a bad chick? You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? A nice looking guy. Why are they trying to do this? What has this guy done? Honestly, what has this guy done in order for him to get the attention that the Saints are giving him right now? Why? Because what he did at South Carolina? I haven't seen much of that in the pros. I mean, he'll flash across the screen every now and then, but so does a lunar eclipse every 4 years, right? You know what I'm saying? So does the Big Dipper if you got a telescope. I mean, this guy, to me, is one of the most overrated players I have ever seen. This is a prime example of a nostalgia act. That's what this is. This is all about a name. It's about what his name is. It's about what he was coming into the draft. It's because he was the first pick overall. But let's just be real, Who Dat Nation. Let's just be 100. Be real with yourself. This guy was the first pick overall in 2014. First pick overall. A first pick overall who has never had double-digit sacks. A first pick overall who has been in and out of the lineup every team that he has been on. And we up here want to turn backflips and want to talk about Marcus Davenport? Are you kidding me? No way in the world this guy starts over Marcus Davenport. And I heard that Sean Payton is trying to recruit him by saying, well, the Saints got a lot of nationally televised games. What is this, LSU? What is this, Alabama? What he, Notre Dame exclusively on NBC? What the hell is going on here? Why are we around here trying to convince this guy to come to New Orleans when we were 13-3, and half of the guys that we're counting on to be a part of the pass rush missed the majority of the season, and yet the Saints still managed to be 13-3. We're acting as if this guy is just going to rock the foundation of the New Orleans Saints. Well, newsflash, in my opinion, he will not. Will he be really good on the rotation? Absolutely. Will he show flashes of his greatness? Absolutely. Will he be a dominant player like he about to be Aaron Donald with 20 sacks, or Jared Allen back in the day with 22? Hells to the no. Not happening. All right? 1 year, $10 million, mercenary contract, no problem. But I don't get it. I don't get why the Saints around here soiling their hands, getting down in the dirt, begging a guy who I feel like isn't worth begging. There's a reason why this guy is still on the street. Y'all ever wonder to yourself why? How is it that a guy is the #1 free agent coming into the offseason, and yet he is still on the street? Well, it's about COVID. Well, there's a lot of guys that were subject to, you know what I'm saying? They ended up not getting signed because of COVID, but they got signed before him, right? So what the hell is going on here, man? People get mad at me all they want to. I do not care. The facts are right there in front of you. We need to stop focusing on names. Names. That's all we think about. Names. Just because a guy has a big name does not mean he's going to come to the Saints organization and make a splash. That's just what it is. Y'all remember Champ Bailey? Y'all remember Jarius Byrd? I mean, do y'all remember Adrian Peterson? Just because your name is big, just because you are known as being a great player, don't mean that you're going to do the same thing with the New Orleans Saints. Will he have some level of production? Yeah. Will there probably be some weeks where these conversations that we're having, or the conversation that I'm having right now, is going to make me look like the biggest idiot on this side of the Western Hemisphere? Absolutely. But I stand by what I said. Jadeveon Clowney is not worth all the attention that he is getting. He is not. Everson Griffin, if Everson Griffin was coming to New Orleans, I would probably be more excited. Even though he with the Cowboys, I wanted Everson Griffin more than I wanted Jadeveon Clowney. I just don't get it. I just don't. I don't get what is the big fuss about. I just don't. I do not get it. People are like, Jadeveon Clowney. Man, stop it. Stop it. What has this guy done in order for us to be sitting up here, soiling our hands, on our hands and knees, begging a guy, looking up to the sky, hoping that this guy comes to town? Like, seriously, what the hell are we doing here? What are we doing? What the hell are we doing? What are we doing? 13-3. The Saints were 13-3. And look, folks, I get it. I get it. I completely understand. I understand why you're upset. For the last 3 seasons, you just can't take it anymore. The heart medication sitting right there on your recliner every game. You know what I'm saying? Your heart is racing through your chest every game. I get it. Every season in the playoffs, we leave with disappointment. We can't take this type of disappointment anymore. It was one thing back in '94 when the Saints couldn't win to save their mama life, but now they're really good and it hurts even worse. Look, I completely get it. Been a Saints fan since 1990, as far as I can remember. But the fact is, okay, we cannot sit up here and act as if this team is not one of the best teams in the league. And we cannot sit up here and act as if the New Orleans Saints don't have the tools right now to get the job done, because they do. And anybody that believes that they don't, I have to ask you, who is your plug? Okay, because I need to know what type of weed you're smoking, okay, to convince you that the Saints, who are a team that has been 13-3, is not good enough to get over the hump and make it to the Super Bowl. I really don't. I really don't. All right. I really don't get it. But that's my opinion, okay? I mean, hey, I let everybody go. I said my piece. That's just me. Like I said, I said the disclaimer. I'm not saying that I'm correct. I'm just giving my honest assessment of the situation. All right. Not saying anybody that disagrees with me isn't correct in their own right, especially, you know, if you have some valid points as well. But that's just me. I don't understand it. Just being real, these people get bounced around for a reason. His coverage not that good. I don't know if his coverage not that good. He's super athletic, 704, but his durability is a question to me. And I feel like that is hypocritical as hell. Hypocritical as hell for somebody to say, man, Marcus Davenport, man, he always hurt. What the hell you want Clowney for then? Because he always hurt. Okay? Like, I mean, come on, man. Like, that's swapping an apple out with an apple. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all it is. You know, not an Eli apple, but an apple nonetheless. Put all the chips in, gotta try something. I agree with that. That's a good point. Like I said, that is a good point. I get it. It's win now mode. You don't know how many opportunities you're going to get. I'm pretty sure Drew Brees is going to retire after this season. The Saints are trying to put all hands on deck. I get it. But I'm not trying to move heaven and earth for a guy that never had double-digit sacks. I'm not trying to move heaven and earth for a guy who stays hurt. I'm not trying to solicit some of my best players to call this guy up and beg this guy and degrade themselves to be like, please come. Like, come on, man. Give me a break. No, give me a break. Give me a freaking break. They could switch Davenport and him in and out on certain plays where we need an explosive play. I agree with that. That's a good point. Like I said, there are going to be some weeks where these comments that I'm saying about Jadeveon Clowney, if he were to sign with the Saints, it would make me sound like an idiot. And I'm willing to take that. I am willing to lie on the sword. Okay. I am. Okay. And it might, if he comes to the Saints for a year, this conversation may make me look like a complete 100% idiot all season long. But I stand by what I said. The Saints do not need this guy. They don't. But like somebody just said earlier, it's about maximizing, you know what I'm saying, what you have. You know what I'm saying? It's about maximizing it. So him coming to the New Orleans Saints, it will add more depth, more explosiveness to the defense. But for me to say, like, you know, when he come in, like, this is like, man, we win a Super Bowl right here. This is it. Like, man, for real, man. Let me go ahead and book my tickets to Tampa. Man, knock it off. Knock it off. Not in the words of Lee Corso, not so fast, my friend. Please, slow your roll. Connie says, so true. Davenport really hasn't shown us nothing. Is nothing wrong having a backup defensive end for Davenport? Connie, I disagree. I do. I disagree that Davenport didn't show us nothing. Davenport has shown us something. Davenport has shown flashes. The type of flashes that we've seen in Jadeveon Clowney. This guy has forced fumbles. This man, go back and watch week 8. Saints versus Minnesota Vikings back in 2018. The second sack that Marcus Davenport got on Kirk Cousins, there was nowhere in the world that any other defensive end or any defensive end in that matter should have got that sack. Dude is so explosive, man. The dude, like, is so good in run support. But we don't pay attention to that stuff because the role of a defensive end in the eyes and in the minds also of fans is, oh, he got to rush the quarterback. But we're not looking at TFLs, tackles for loss. We're not looking at him stopping running backs in the backfield because that's not sexy, okay? You know, it's not sexy. It's not the lingerie. It's not the, you know what I'm saying? It's not the Victoria's Secret fall collection stuff, but it is necessary. It helps. So, you know, I don't want to say that he trash. I don't want to say that he hasn't shown nothing, but, you know, I feel like, man, the sky's the limit for this guy. And I said it earlier, and some people probably heard me say this, and I'm going to continue to say it. Marcus Davenport, first 2 years, have been better than Cam Jordan first 2 years. And now look how we look at Cam Jordan, right? If the Saints were talking about trading Cam Jordan, man, we'll be downtown, or we'll go to Metairie with pitchforks and you know what I'm saying, and torches in our hand, trying to burn down a facility. But he wasn't always the Cam Jordan we know and love today. Jadeveon Clowney, thank you for the 199. Said, drop your location. I'm in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. You know, Carolina Forest area. Come see me. Troll, thank you very much, man. First off, man, I want to say thank you. I know you donated on the last live stream we did with Big Q, man. So I seen it at the end. So I want to say thank you, brother, before I even read your comment. Oda sack when he broke him in half. Exactly. That's my only point right there. Jason Paul says this year will show that for sure. Yeah, man, I hope so. When Davenport puts it together, he is going to be a beast. The only issue is his injuries. You know, if he can stay on the field, I'm telling you, Marcus Davenport stay on the field, man, this is going to be ancient history, the way that we're looking at this guy. Tyra says Davenport is prone to injury, and that's my take. Get healthy, stay healthy, be efficient the whole season. Everything that you said about Davenport, Tyra, is the same thing I can say about Jadeveon Clowney. The exact same thing, like for real. Like I said, it's like taking out an apple and replacing that apple with an apple. That's what it is, okay? To me. Jason says, absolutely. Dwayne, that's big. Davenport has superhuman traits. I'm telling y'all, man, that man put it together. We're going to be talking. We're going to be hiding comments, and we're going to be going back into these archives and deleting the things that we say. Dave says, I love Davenport. I just hope he stays healthy. Yeah, me too. That's the only issue that I feel like anybody can have with him. Tim says, if we get Clowney, I just hope his hype gets more sacks than he does himself, because people still thinking about the sack fumble in college. That's it. And it's crazy you said that, Tim, and thank you very much for the $5. But it's funny you said that, because when I went on Twitter, guess what I saw? South Carolina versus Michigan when he hit the Nard Robinson. Okay? I mean, bruh, like, are we still putting up Tim Tebow highlights? Are we still putting up Brady Quinn highlights? Or are we still putting up Tim Couch highlights? Like, it's about what you're doing in the National Football League. It's about what you're doing in the NFL. Nobody cares what you did in college. Nobody cares about any of that stuff. It does not matter. Probably matters to the college that you went to, and you probably can come back and get a free cheeseburger or maybe some fries. Or maybe, you know what I'm saying, somebody will probably hook you up, you know what I'm saying, with a laptop if you have computers or something like that on the yard. But that means absolutely nothing at all, okay? Might name a street after you, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody might pull out their parking spot and allow you to be in there so you be close to the building you're going to. But it really doesn't matter in the pros, okay? It really does not matter. It's about what you do in the NFL. And if anybody out there is being 100% real with themselves, for Jadeveon Clowney to be a #1 overall pick, you will be lying to yourself if you were to say that he has lived up to those expectations. Okay? We are, honestly, man, we grasping at straws right now. Okay? We're hoping and wishing. We're asking and praying. We're hoping that this guy can come in and be what he was supposed to be when he was the first pick overall in 2014. And I know how New Orleans Saints fans are, okay? We feel like we can fix anybody, all right? It's like that woman or that guy, you know what I'm saying, who probably start talking to this person that have a bad relationship or coming out of a bad relationship. Oh, I can change them. I can make them better. Come on, man. Like, look, we cannot be that arrogant, all right? Sometimes we got to call a lemon, and we definitely got to call a spade, all right? 2014, this guy was the first pick overall and never had double-digit sacks in the NFL. But keep on showing that South Carolina play when he hit Denard Robinson, okay? I mean, Denard Robinson isn't even in the league. You know what I mean? I think he got drafted by Jacksonville back in the day, but haven't seen him, okay? And bro, if they're still showing college highlights because nothing you really did in the pros is worth talking about, tells me everything I need to know about you, homie. Troll says, DeQuincy, LA, pull up. Send him to Carolina. Yeah, man. Carolina seems to always get what we don't want, you know. And shouts out to Tommy Lee Lewis, man. I heard that he injured himself, and I think he's out for the year, and he had to end up getting cut. Man, shouts out to Tommy Lee. I think, let me see, Keith Kirkwood got hurt. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's no surprise to anybody. And Eli Apple, I think he having a solid camp out there, man. So shouts out to him, man. You know, even though they're not Saints no more, man, I got a root for those guys. And also, man, I mean, it goes without saying, Teddy Bridgewater. If you're not a Teddy Bridgewater fan after everything that guy's been through, man, I don't know what's wrong with you. Like, you don't even got to chip. You don't even have to like him as a player or root for him as a player, but as a person and what he's been through. I mean, this guy has a fan for life in me. I don't care if he doesn't live up to expectation. I don't care if he don't bring Carolina to the playoffs. I don't care if he does get cut one day. He got a fan in me. TJ, I'm with you. I appreciate that, David. I appreciate that so much, man. Thank you. Who that man says he's productive and a disruptor and run stopper. He's asking for too much for his sack numbers and lack of consistency. That's the reason why he's still out there, who that man. I said it once. I said it twice. I said it 3 times. And I definitely said for the people in the back that may have their volume up pretty low and they can't hear me. He hasn't done enough. Okay? I read an article that said that we will be in salary cap hell, and that's without Clowney. I mean, that goes without saying, but they'll do some magic, man. They'll probably end up putting some guys' contracts up front, turning into signing bonus to free up money. They'll get it done, Dex. No, don't worry about that. The Saints have been in cap hell. Okay, that's the word. Cap hell way before this even happened. You know, with the whole Junior Gillette contracts and all them other scrubs they had on the team back in the day. So Cedric says again, how are we going to pull this off? Make it make sense. Okay, Cedric, it's very simple. Like I said, a lot of guys who have money on the back end, you push it up to the front, you turn that into signing bonuses, you know what I'm saying, and then you restructure some of these guys' contract. For example, let's just say Cam Jordan, right? Cam Jordan probably has, I think, maybe like 2 more years on his contract, if I'm not mistaken. You put some of his money up front, you know what I'm saying? You turn that into a signing bonus, and then you free up some of the money for the cap. Somebody like Michael Thomas, you do the same thing for them. The Saints already got $7 million available right now. So if you put some of these guys, money up there, turn into a guaranteed contract, turn into a signing bonus, bam, you got that money right there. You got that Skrilla. So, yeah, man, that's basically what they do all the time. I mean, it's the same thing they did with Janoris Jenkins. You know, they just gave him money up front, you know what I'm saying, and then spread out his contract over the next 2 to 3 years. We have to try something. I mean, that's a good point. You know, like I said, I'm not disagreeing with that. You want to win, you got to be aggressive, right? Tampa seems like they're being aggressive. They trying to go all out. You know, they trying to make sure that Tom Brady has all the weapons at his disposal. So why not? We might go 14-2 for real. I still think 11-5, but you know, we can go 12-4. Man, tomato, you know. To me, Davenport bone more than Clowney. Yep. Yeah, I agree. Ball more. Yeah, I think he balled out more than him. Let's see. Real talk, Perez, JJ Watt hasn't been the same either ever since Clowney left Houston. I'm just saying, man, shouts out to Real Talk Perez, man. That's my guy right there. I was on his show last week, man. He's a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. Good, solid dude, knowledgeable cat, man. Y'all make sure that y'all follow him on YouTube, man. I mean, look, I understand that we're not fans of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but you know, you got to know, you got to learn about the opposition as well, man. You got to know what's going on the, you know, on the other side. So, I mean, he does a really good job on his channel, man. Shouts out to him. And thank you very much for allowing me to be a guest on your show, man. Had a really good time. You know, I appreciate that. Tyra laughing. Boxing Prophet says, I say we signed Clowney for presence and identity, but we must ink 41 first. Yeah, I mean, I'm not concerned about that, Boxing Prophets. I'm not. I promise you, we good. This guy would not be at practice. He would not be at practice if the Saints, you know, didn't have something in the works for him. I'm 0% worried about that, and you should too. I bet we would still sign him. It would be helpful though for a Super Bowl run. Man, okay, let's stop. Let's stop right here, okay? Because I feel like we are not addressing the elephant in the room, okay? And by elephant, it is a navy blue and powder blue team called the Tennessee Titans. Now, I get it, right? We look at the Tennessee Titans and we feel like that's an anomaly, right? Ryan Tannehill, a Ryan Tannehill-led Tennessee Titans team went to the AFC Championship on the back of a 260-pound running back named Derrick Henry. And we like, there's no way in hell that those guys are going to go back to the Super Bowl. So we don't even look at these guys as competition. We're basically laughing, or in this case, we are Deion Sanders high-stepping our way to a contract with Jadeveon Clowney, right? We're not worried about those guys at all. All I got to say is, you're absolutely right. I mean, honestly, who the hell would want to choose the Tennessee Titans over the New Orleans Saints? Seriously, why would you want to choose the Tennessee Titans over the New Orleans Saints? Would you rather play with Ryan Tannehill or Drew Brees? I mean, seriously, who, you know what I'm saying? Would you want to play, no disrespect, would you want to play with Jonnu Smith or would you want to play with Michael Thomas? Would you want to play with a washed Vic Beasley or would you want to play with Cam Jordan? Like, seriously, folks, this isn't even close. I mean, honestly, this is like me racing my son in a 40-yard dash. One day he probably going to beat me. But right now, if we were being serious, I would be grazing down the field. Now, I probably would slow up because, you know what I'm saying, this is my son and we're building confidence here. But in this case, we're not. No way, no how. If Jadeveon Clowney chooses the Tennessee Titans over the New Orleans Saints, he has to be the biggest fool ever, okay? The Tennessee Titans, for real, for the exception of this past year, have been a joke, an absolute joke. Quarterback purgatory. Ever since Vince Young was there, okay? They've been looking for a guy at quarterback for years, all right? Now they feel like they got Ryan Tannehill because, in my opinion, nobody was checking for him. Now, all of a sudden, you paying Ryan Tannehill, which I cannot believe that they would actually do something that ridiculous, but I digress. The fact is, Tennessee, New Orleans. I mean, seriously, man. Look, and I'm not even saying this to be a homer. I'm not. What have the Tennessee Titans done? Okay, ever since Mike Jones made that tackle on Kevin Dyson, what the hell have they done? Okay, I mean, I guess you can call that, you know, that bluegrass or whatever that was, that miracle, you know what I'm saying, you know, that they had against the Buffalo Bills, you know, which clearly they screwed the Bills out of, but Tennessee Titans haven't done a damn thing, all right? They haven't done nothing. They haven't done nothing for Jadeveon Clowney to even consider these guys. And somebody is probably a Tennessee Titan fan probably on here right now saying, well, we made it further than the Saints. But did y'all make the Super Bowl? Absolutely not. All right. Y'all didn't make no Super Bowl. And the Saints did beat y'all last year. Okay. You can say it wasn't without Derrick Henry, but nevertheless, they still beat the Tennessee Titans. If Jadeveon Clowney goes to the Tennessee Titans over the New Orleans Saints, I mean, first off, the first thing I would do if I was the general manager of the Tennessee Titans, I would walk Jadeveon Clowney to the nearest bathroom and I would give him a drug test, okay? Because I need to make sure that he is functional, okay? I need to make sure that he can make the right decisions and just decisions. And, I need to know this because I would have to say, man, you got to be high to choose the Tennessee Titans over the New Orleans Saints. On a 1-year deal? Now, maybe if it was like 4 or 5 years, then maybe, you know what I'm saying? Because you're thinking about the future. But a 1-year deal, one shot, who are you going to choose? Huh? Who are you going to choose? This is a no-brainer to me. This is a no-brainer. Like this is a like I don't know. I don't know. It's like, do you want organic milk or spoiled milk? Like, do you want a Lex or do you want a 92 Ultima? You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, what? I don't know. Look, and no disrespect to the Tennessee Titans. I know I just completely disrespect y'all, but I'm just saying, if I were the Tennessee Titans, I would not think in a million years that I would get a play over the Saints. The Tennessee Titans, like I said, y'all had a good season, but it's not gonna happen again. It's not gonna happen again. Like y'all are not going to have a season like that again. Y'all just not. Okay. Nobody knew about no Ryan Tannehill, and you basically made it to the AFC Championship on the back of Derrick Henry. So teams are going to start stacking the box, and they're going to dare Ryan Tannehill to beat them. And when Ryan Tannehill cannot beat them because he's going to throw more picks than Razor Ramon, okay, people are going to be like, yeah, well, we had a fun run. So enjoy that magical season that y'all had last season, but it's not going to happen again. And if I were Jadeveon Clowney, I definitely wouldn't be going to the Tennessee Titans. Y'all, the Tennessee Titans are not a better team than the New Orleans Saints. Y'all know that. I know it. You know it. You can say anything you want to say. You can make any comment about the Saints blowing playoffs, but at the same time, the Saints are a better football team than you all. Nobody was checking for you at all. Nobody. Like y'all backpedaled into the playoffs. Like y'all literally Michael Jackson 1980 Motown Music Award moonwalked y'all way into the playoffs. Nobody was checking for y'all. Nobody thought that y'all was serious. And y'all got up in that thing. And y'all did a good job. Okay. I mean, y'all gave the Kansas City Chiefs a run for their money for the time being. But let's be serious. Tennessee, come on, man. Come on. Let me be serious. Knock it off. Y'all blew a 17-point lead. Man, Tennessee Titans aren't that good, man. I'm sorry. And they're going to get the biggest mistake they made was signing Ryan Tannehill to that deal. I don't know what's up with that. Casual Deck says, bro, this is the highest number of people ever seen on the live chat. Yeah, man, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Everybody for joining it, being a part of the chat. This is fun. I told y'all, this is a hot topic. If we sign Clowney, it's over. We would have the best defensive line in the league. Yeah, it would be up there. It'll be up there. Titans is my favorite AFC team. I would so much rather Clowney go to Tennessee over to Who Dat Nation. Saints don't need him. Tennessee could use him a lot more than the Saints. I agree with that. And I will make an argument for Tennessee. He could want revenge on the Houston Texans. He get opportunity to play them twice. The fact that they didn't want to pay him, the fact that they traded him. So he probably want to go there and get some vengeance. So, I mean, that could work in their favor. I just heard it's a deal with Saints, 1 year, $10 million. Somebody verify that for me. I have my phone, but I don't feel like, it'll be right for me to looking at my phone and talking about that. So if they got him, somebody let me know. Bill Scott says tighten up, man. Shouts out to the Titans. I ain't got nothing against y'all. I just feel like last year was an anomaly for y'all. Have you ever considered the fact that Clowney is not that good and dramatically is an underachiever? I agree. I mean, Bill of Buffalo, I don't know if you just tuned in, but I mean, I just went on a whole spiel on why I feel like this dude is absolute straight up bust, as of right now. I'm not saying he can't resurrect his career and change the narrative, but being a first pick overall, no double-digit sacks, bust. Ravens going to get him. I don't know about that, man. Y'all already got embarrassment of riches out there. Y'all need to, y'all only issue is to make sure Lamar Jackson is the same Lamar Jackson in the playoffs as he is in the regular season. Y'all do that, then y'all be straight. For some apparent reason, he goes from being Lamar Jackson to Scott Mitchell. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do that. You can't be Scott Mitchell in the playoffs, all right? All right, man. I mean, you look at somebody like Flacco, right? I mean, Flacco was Scott Mitchell in the regular season, but he was Tom Brady in the postseason. I mean, Lamar Jackson right now is the opposite, so I know he's going to get it together, though. Who That Nation says all about defensive players better than the Titans' entire defense. Yep, I said it. I'm not going to say that, man. Tennessee's defense is respectable. They're very attentive defense. They don't have like a star power. I mean, they had Logan Ryan, of course, but now he's in New York. But they had a lot of guys who were good assignment guys. They know what their assignments was, and they handled their assignments. So if you have a defense like that, they'll be respectable. Cowboys should sign them. I don't think so, man. I don't think he ain't got enough felonies. I'm just kidding, man. Shouts out to Randy Gregory. Man, shouts out to Aldon Smith, man. I hope those guys get their life together, man. Straight up. I'm rooting for those guys. Just don't make playoffs. Better Buffalo says, just tune in. However, I feel he could have benefited with that defensive line. Yeah, it's true. Good point. I just looked. I didn't see that. Okay. Yeah, he's laughing. Bill said, I don't want him. Wow. That's a strong statement by a Titan fan right there. Boy, we arrived, man. Anytime a New Orleans Saints podcast have fans from the opposite team, man, man, I appreciate y'all. I know this might be a one-stop shop for y'all, because we're talking about this topic. But thank y'all, man, for real. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for being a part of the live. It's all fun, man. I respect everybody's team, I respect everybody. I got love for everybody's team. Probably except for the Falcons, you know what I'm saying? They can go sit down somewhere. But it's all respect at the end of the day, man. It's just all it's friendly fire, My big brother EJ said Jarrell Casey is good. He gone though. He played for the Denver Broncos, EJ. Adoree Jackson is cool. The safety they have is the truth. They have good players. And they got Kenny Vaccaro, who, man, has gotten better, since he went there. Logan Shaw says hi. I don't know if you're a Giants fan, but he got a Giants profile. So thank you, man. Thank you for checking out the live. Trevor says, thanks for updating us, TJ. Trevor, man, appreciate you for being a part of the live. Except Atlanta. They don't deserve respect. I had to go ahead and throw that up there. I had to throw that out there. Who That Nation is for real. Yeah, man, we real and we in this thing. Okay, we in this thing. Julian says, even though he's a big name, I think his stats don't represent his presence on the field. He's a bigger monster against the run and is a straight disruptor. Man, I don't know, man. He just got to stay on the field. Fact, screw the Falcons. Falcons suck. Said we got Clowney 1 year, $10 million. Somebody please verify that for me. We get Clowney, we get a top 5 defense. Honestly, I think they have the capability of being a top 5 defense. That's just my opinion. Okay. I think they can be a top 5 defense with the guys they have. I mean, he gives them a better chance. I will concede to that point. We need pass rush help. He was amazing. I sure hope my Seahawks do something. I know we offered him something, but he turned it down. Man, look, I ain't about to say nothing bad about the Seahawks, okay? Russell Wilson, outside of Drew Brees, is my favorite quarterback in the league, and I root like hell for Russell Wilson, okay? As long as the Saints don't have nothing on the line, Russell Wilson is always gonna get my support, okay? I love watching Russell Wilson play. That guy's amazing. I mean, the way he can improvise, way he move around the pocket, ability to roll out, man, just some of them passes he throw on a roll out. My goodness, man. What an incredible player. What a leader. Man, I would love to play. You know what I'm saying? I would love to play alongside a guy like Russell Wilson. Incredible talent. Incredible, man. What's the deal on AK deal? They're working on something right now, Terrio. They're working on something right now. It's going to be it's coming pretty soon, man. It's coming pretty soon. Wilson is my favorite player. He is amazing. Yeah, hands down. Respect for Russell Wilson. You will never hear me say anything bad about Russell Wilson. The thing about Clowney, he plays when he wants to. He can't stay healthy. Yeah, he definitely on that Randy Moss sometime. He definitely play what he want. I mean, I just need to see more out of him. Wilson, a top 3 quarterback. Well, if you are into the NFL top 100, you know, he the number 2 player ranked among his peers. So that tells you everything you need to know about him. Herman, man, shouts out to Herman, man. Herman is overseas. I think he's in Italy, if I'm not mistaken, man. Y'all make sure that y'all give a shout out to Herman, man. Overseas. So, man, special shout out to Herman. Sup, TJ and my Who Dat family. Somebody send me a bowl of gumbo and a few cups of daiquiri with a double shot to Italy, man. So shouts out to Herman all the way out there in Italy, man. And when y'all send him something to Italy, man, make sure that y'all send some patent hot sausage, you know what I'm saying, to your boy out here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, where I'm at right now. Because I'm having, man, I wish I can give me some patent hot sausage, man. That's what I want right now. I'm gonna have to hit my big brother EJ up, man. He's gonna have to give me some dry ice or something, you know, and send it in a box, you know, because I'm gonna need me some hot sausage. Just then, Falcon choke 2020. Well, that's a story of their franchise. Patriots and Browns are tempting our boy AK. Hope he stays. That's not happening. I think Cam will keep Clowney fired up. You gotta want it, Sean. You gotta want it. It's not about what a player can do for you, okay? You gotta want it. Guy can be all in your face, slapping your helmet, saying, come on, let's go all day. But you gotta want it. My question is, does he want it? You know? Pee Wee Herman? Pee Wee Herman? Hi, Javi. DLP 2600 says, Saints D-line is so deep. These boys are bringing the heat. From all the reports, Sheldon Rankin is killing it in camp. Yeah. Sheldon Rankin's always been good, man. It's just been the Achilles. Like, people understand this guy had 8 sacks in 2018. And I strongly believe this wholeheartedly, that if he would have played in that NFC Championship game, it would have been a different story. I feel like the Saints didn't have no type of rush up the middle. I feel like if Sheldon Rankins was in that game, then it would have been a whole different story. I feel like he a difference maker. More than people give him credit. Yeah, we can afford Clowney, but next offseason, we got a bunch of contracts to resign, and they will be mega deals. Ramchick, Lattimore, and others. If we sign Clowney, it would be a 1-year deal. That's all we need. That's all we need, man. You know, like, you know how you have your in-laws that come to town, and you know, you probably have that apartment, ain't got no furniture because it's just you and nobody come to visit. You know, you might go to Aaron's or rent a center, be like, man, okay, look, I just need this. You know what I'm saying? You probably go rent that furniture, put it in a house to keep up appearances. Then when they leave, you send it right back to the store because I'm not paying this every week or every month. That's the same thing with Jadeveon Clowney. Okay, just rent this guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, let him go out here and be productive. And if he doesn't, then I mean, it's hurting him, right? Because now he is causing himself not to be able to get no bread in the open market next season. So there you go. So, I mean, treat that boy like Rent-A-Center, like, and them in-laws coming to town, Inevitable. TJ, man, what's going on, Inevitable? Crystal hot sauce and Louisiana hot sauce. Louisiana. Shout me out. What's going on, Justin Middleton? What's going on, man? That green screen is dope, man. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate that. Man, we try to do what we can do when we can do it here on the State of the Saints podcast. I didn't see Clowney and what do you say? I didn't see Clown and get signed. So I assume you're saying that you didn't see him get signed. Is Clowney better than J.J. Watt? Hells to the no. No. Not at all. Not at all. A 1-year rental worked out well for the Toronto Raptors, though. Man, that's a good point. That might have been point of the night right there. Shouts out to my crew at Dope 26. That is a great point. They got Kawhi Leonard for 1 year, and look at him. First championship in franchise history. So, okay, giving a shout out to Inev. I am a new subscriber, man. Shouts out to Justin, man. Thank you very much for subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And everybody else that subscribed to the channel. And if you have not, please go ahead and hit the subscription button, man. Go ahead and click that for your boy, man. I really appreciate it. Man, we have a lot of content. We do rare interviews, man, that you're not going to see on other podcasts. We just had Steve Weiss on here. We had Zach Streif. We had Jemai Bushride. We had probably every beat reporter in New Orleans that covered the New Orleans Saints on the show. Well, we got, man, like I said, we got Jadeveon Evans next week. Like, come on, man. Like, why wouldn't you want to subscribe and hear some of this great information, man, from the people that are up close and personal with the team? You get it all right here. And also, man, if you can't check out YouTube, it's available on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Just go ahead and search the State of the Saints podcast and subscribe to those pages too, man. We got it covered on all levels. You can be in the gym getting your swole on. You ain't got to worry about that. I know unless you have like YouTube Premium, if you close your phone or your phone go black, the YouTube go out. Okay. So now, you have the audio podcast. You can listen to us on the audio podcast. You'll be able to check out the State of the Saints podcast and all this content, get notifications every time I do videos. I probably do videos like sometimes 2-3 times a day. I try to do a show like at least almost every day. I'll probably take like maybe 1 or 2 days off every now and then. But we got a bunch of content here. For week 1, what content should we expect? For week 1, man, I'm probably gonna get my boy DJ Hopkins on here, man. Y'all probably, if you ever checked out the NFC South versus NFL, he's a Tampa Bay representative on a podcast I did last year with him alongside the Carolina Panther fan Mike Rick. So he probably gonna be on the show. But I'm gonna really try to get someone that's a part of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, rather be a reporter that follows the team. But I'm gonna try to get somebody on here, man, that that we can talk to about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Get that information. The LP says TJ has Steve Weiss from NFL Network. He is big time, one of the best in the business, man. Bruh, solid man, like real solid, true solid person, man, like real tough. Like I'm talking about, man, encouraging, like gave me some great advice about how to, better my podcast, and man, just bruh, like that was clutch right there. I don't see him making an immediate impact like Janoris did last year. Might. I hope Kyler Murray does good. Yeah, me too, man. I like the kid. I think he's gonna be okay. I think he is way more accurate than I thought he was. And I think a lot of people just thought he was just gonna be running around like a chicken with his head cut off. But he exceeded expectations last year. If I'm an Arizona Cardinals fan, I'm excited. Texans or Chiefs, who you got? Chiefs. Alvin Kamara. I assume you said something else besides that, Justin. You said talk about Cam Newton. Well, Cam Newton, I believe he became the starter for the New England Patriots, which is a surprise to absolutely nobody. There was nothing really wrong with Cam Newton being a starter, for the exception of the fact he got hurt, and they brought Kyle Allen into the Carolina Panthers as a starter. I think Cam Newton, a motivated Cam Newton, is dangerous, and I think Cam Newton is on a mission to actually right the wrongs that he felt happened to him leaving Carolina. So I would not be surprised if Cam Newton isn't in MVP contention, especially if the New England Patriots make the playoffs. Meaning what they had like 8 or 9 guys, decide to opt out this season. So if he can make the playoffs with what they have, there's no reason why he shouldn't be MVP. Buccaneers adding all in weapons on offense, but not on defense. Bruce Arians needs to worry about his defense. Well, that's why you got somebody like Ty Bowles to come in. A guy that's not a real good head coach, but one hell of a defensive coordinator. That is his bread and butter. There's some guys that are not fit to be head coaches. I think about somebody like Romeo Crennel, right? Good offensive mind. You know what I'm saying? Well, good defensive mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I look at somebody like Wade Phillips. Great defensive mind, right? But when it comes to them being a head coach, I just feel like they bite off more than what they can chew. So I think Ty Bowles is going to be a really good defensive coordinator. I think you're going to see some improvements. You're definitely going to see some improvements out there in Tampa on the defensive side of the ball. Let me see. I done strolled down quite a bit here. Kyle says, read a report that the Saints, Clowney working on a contract and be a Saint Monday, but I don't know if I believe it. Nader on Twitter. Well, I don't know. I have to verify that before I say anything. Tim says, TJ, you gotta get Caroline Gonzalez. She always has a lot of fun humor to bring to the interview, and she is beautiful. Man, you just want her to be on here so you can look at her, Tim. No, I'm just kidding, man. I have to check out, man. I mean, I'm open to anybody coming on the show. I don't care. Like, I don't care. I'm just trying to give everybody the best content possible. Like, I talk to anybody. I mean, I would talk to anybody, whether they're a fan of New Orleans Saints or not. I mean, we can always make it work. I mean, I try to be as well-rounded as I can about NFL teams. I probably can tell you about every team in NFL. I probably can tell you something that's going on with them. So I try to keep myself well-rounded. Because you never know, man. You never know if somebody's going to ask you to be on this show that's, part of the Ravens organization. Not the Ravens organization, but a Ravens fan or a Colts fan or something. You got to know what's going on. So I try to keep my eye on the NFL as a whole. Bucks legit have the worst secondary in NFL. I don't know, man. They got some young players out there. I'm looking to see what Antoine Warfield going to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking and trying to see what he's going to do out there. I liked him at Minnesota. We know what his dad was, you know what I'm saying? So I think the kid going to have a bright future. Come on, Saints fans. Niners run the Saints. That's debatable. But, yeah, I mean, if you want to look at the NFC West in the past, yeah. If you want to look at some – like, I feel like when you say a team runs somebody – I feel like anytime you play them, like it just they beat them decisively. Anytime the Saints play the 49ers is always a close game. The 49ers always seem like they come out on the receiving end of a victory. But to say that they run them, I don't know about that. I don't know. But they always seem to get that dub. So I will say that. But I mean, y'all got a coach right there that seems to be a choke artist in the playoffs, especially when he has big leads. Like you had a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter, lose to Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, had a 28-3 lead, against the New England Patriots and choked that away. So I don't know, man. Y'all got some issues out there when it comes to, head coaching his decisions late in games. EJ says, I'm sorry about that, Patrick. I know how you feel after going through Katrina. We are praying for you guys. Be safe. Where's Patrick, man? I'm sorry. Okay, Patrick says, who that family? Y'all pray for us in Lake Charles. We're still without running water and electricity. Patrick, we definitely going to be praying for your brother, man. Shouts out to Patrick, everybody out there in Lake Charles. Man, y'all be safe out there. And like my brother said, I attest to that. You know, we know how it feels to go through Hurricane Katrina. He lost everything, man. You know, every memory that I have is basically in here because I can't go back to New Orleans, can't go back to my grandmother's house where, you know, I spend most of my time, you know, a lot of times where, you know, we'll end up staying with my grandparents and, you know, I mean, just the school that I went to, stores that I used to go into, none of that stuff is there. So, I mean, man, shouts out to y'all, man. Just, just stay prayed up and, we rooting for y'all, get everything back to normal. Tim says, laughing myself, you saw right through me. But what jersey you think we should wear opening day? I'm hoping black and gold. Yeah, they're gonna wear all black. I don't want to wear black and gold, man. For some apparent reason, over the last couple of years, they were rocking black and gold. They lose. So no, wear the all black, come out there with the color rush on, do that. Shout out to Dwayne Johnson family. They tested positive for coronavirus. Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, we praying for the great one, the most electrifying man in sports entertainment, most electrifying man in the XFL. So yeah, man, everything gonna work out for him, man. Luckily, they caught it early, so they'll be able to get treatment, and we'll be hearing some positive things in the future about the great one. So yeah, Niners fans just came back to life, but we not inside 2 years ago. Yeah, man. I mean, but I don't know. It's hard for me to go against him. He is kind of right, They have been coming out on the receiving end of victories on the New Orleans Saints, so I guess he had room to talk. Hot take: with the addition of Sanders, Michael Thomas will win league MVP. He will get open a lot more and put up crazy numbers. I don't think a wide receiver will ever win league MVP. This league is just too crazy about quarterbacks. They're going to try to find a quarterback so they can name MVP. They'll never pick a running back unless he's about to threaten Eric Dickerson record. And they'll never pick a defensive player because they don't think defense is sexy enough. They're always looking for that quarterback. So he'll have to break Jerry Rice and Megatron records, in order for him to even be considered. And they might just give him offensive player of the year again. They feel like the wide receiver is a dependable position. They feel like it depends on the success of the quarterback. So even though he's putting up big numbers, they're going to be like, well, what the quarterback doing? And they'll probably focus their attention on the quarterback before they do the wide receiver, which isn't fair, but that's how it goes these days. Do you think Jared Cook will do more this year? Well, I think he did a lot last year. And I think he started off early with injuries. So that kind of hindered him earlier in the season. So that's the reason why you didn't hear much about him. But as he started to get healthy as the season went on, you see him kind of perk up, and he put up some pretty big numbers, man, for a guy that was injured earlier in the season. So I'm looking forward to seeing him, being more comfortable in the Saints offense and being healthy going into training camp. I think he's going to have a good season. Ron says, did you hear about Roger Goodell said they're going to try to get fans in the stands, see if it's going to work? Yeah, I heard about that, but I guess it all depends on just keeping people safe. That's the most important thing. Like, we can't think about money, and we can't just think about what's in it for us. We got to focus on making sure people are safe, because when we love something, man, we're going to go all out for it. And sometimes we don't make the right decisions. So sometimes people have to protect us from our own self. I mean, it's just as simple as that. So if they can find ways to make sure people are safe, they can protect the fans, they can get them spread out, maybe not have 100% capacity, maybe, like maybe 30, 40% capacity where you can spread it out throughout the stadium, then maybe we can talk. But I just don't think that they have enough data, and there's not a vaccine out there just yet in order for me to just fully agree with having fans in the stands. And, I don't want to sound like, I'm not trying to make this too political, because we all know when you start talking about coronavirus and wearing masks, you start going down that rabbit hole of politics. But I just feel like, you want to keep people safe. I don't want to see anybody, go to a game, they cheering their hearts out, and then a couple of days later, they find out they have COVID. This is serious, folks. I understand, there's people that have their opinions about this, but anytime you have an invisible disease out there, or invisible, like this invisible virus, that people just catch, and there's a possibility that you can die, even though, there's a low percentage of people dying, I mean, 180,000 people as of right now in the United States have lost their lives due to COVID. I mean, 180,000 people is 180,000 people, way more than I would like. But I just want to make sure that people are safe. That's the most important thing to me. Who that, everybody? Hope everybody is doing well. Ghostface Griller, what's going on? I appreciate you stopping by. Casual is laughing his off. For 50 cents a day, you can sponsor the Atlanta Falcons. Oh man, that's hilarious. Oh man, NOS in the building, man. What's going on, man? Hey, that is my guy, man. Y'all take the opportunity, take this minute right now and subscribe to this man's channel if you have not already. Okay, man, he talks about the New Orleans Saints. Outstanding analysis. So take a few seconds, click on NOS, and y'all subscribe to my guy's channel, man. Subscribe to his channel. Josh and Jesus in the building, man. Shouts out to Josh and Jesus. Actually turned out it was only 10,000 lives lost. Well, I don't know, man. Look, 10,000 lives lost is way too many. 180,000 lives lost is too many. I mean, people losing their lives to COVID-19 is too many. All right. So, I mean, it's easy for us to okay, 10,000, but imagine if one of your family members was part of that 10,000. I mean, just for the sake of what Josh and Jesus said, even if you don't believe in the overblown number that they put out there, 10,000 people. If your family member was part of that 10,000, that would be 10,000 way too many, right? So still. I fool with NOS. Kid knows our Saints. Yeah, man. Shouts out to him, man. That guy right there, man. NOS got ugly braces. Hey, man, watch him out, man. We are not going to disrespect my guy on the State of the Saints podcast, man. We ain't going to do that. For 5 cents, you can rent the Titans. Juicy says, what Washington named their team? Football team. They're the Washington football team. That's what they are. NOS says, what do you feel on the Clowney situation? I got here late. I'm not a real big fan of that, NOS. I feel like this was Sean Payton responding to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers getting Leonard Fournette. That's the way I feel about it. I feel like if the Tampa Bay Buccaneers didn't get Leonard Fournette, then I don't think the Saints would be trying to move heaven and earth to try to get Jadeveon Clowney. They would not be out here, soiling themselves, getting down on their knees, begging the almighty Jadeveon Clowney to come to the Saints. So I just feel like this is a knee-jerk reaction. And I'm not a real big fan of that, because I'm just wondering, what took y'all so long? I mean, training camp has been going on this whole time. So if you wanted them that bad, then why didn't you try to go get them before? That's the way I feel about NOS. But I mean, I went into a big spiel, man, like a big, huge spiel. Like it's much more than that. But that is just like the short version of my feelings about that. Kirk Johnson says, my opinion, signing Clowney would make our D-line rotation the best in the league. But I'm not holding my breath. Plus, we strong as heck right now. Having him would definitely keep guys fresh. If he stay fresh, if he stay healthy, then yeah, then I agree with you. But that's exactly a really good look at it. I don't think about it from that perspective. I definitely see how Sean would try and build a super team in response to the Bucs, especially knowing him. Yeah, man, we know NOS, man. We know, dog. This dude is petty. You know, like that's just how he do. You know, like he just he petty. Like we all know about the T-shirt he wore Roger Goodell after the 9 call. We know about him getting mad at the guy at Rouse's told him to tend to his meat after he told him he needed to run the football. We know Sean Payton, so this is definitely knee jerk. Diehard Saints fan, I appreciate you and Big Q for the interview earlier. Was much needed. One day, I hope and pray NOS makes your podcast one day. Man, it's coming, man. I mean, I know NOS, man. He in college right now. You know what I'm saying? So shouts out to him, man. And you know, I want to focus on that. You know, and I know once he gets settled and situated with that, then we're gonna definitely get together. And I definitely want to get together by the end of the season. So I hope you hear that, NOS. Justice says, do a giveaway. I don't know right now because I'm just starting out, man. Like the State of Saints podcast is just hitting its strides. Like we just starting to get sponsors here on the State of Saints podcast. I got some merchandise that's about to come out. I got some t-shirts and stuff like that. And probably, you know what I'm saying, probably going to be giving away some things like in the future. But I just want to make sure that, you know, we're established at the time. You know, the t-shirt company that I've been dealing with, I'm not too happy about some of the t-shirts that, you know, that I got back. Not a real big fan of it. I'm not confident, you know, to be putting it online to be like, man, buy this. So I want to hopefully have something coming out pretty soon. So if you love the State of the Saints podcast, you want to support, I mean, you can support by buying a t-shirt, and you definitely can support by subscribing to the audio podcast that's available on iTunes, Spotify, iHeart, Anchor FM. You know, that'll help out tremendously as well. But giveaways are coming soon, man. I agree with you on that one, Justin. Gordon C, thank you for the $2. Says amazing show live from Slidell. Who that? Man, shouts out to Slidell, man. Been there a couple of times. You know, great place. You know what I'm saying? I really enjoyed Slidell. So shouts out to you all. I'll definitely DM you soon, bro. A collab has got to be done. Yeah, I agree, man. It's been a long time coming, my friend. We definitely got to do something together. Madden gameplay. Madden gameplay. What you mean by that? I feel the Falcons have an advantage. They're used to playing without fans. Touche. Hey, I said that the Saints they today they were actually practicing inside of the Superdome, and they had piped in crowd noise, and they said that the NFL is allowing teams that are not playing with fans in the stands that they can turn up the volume to 70 decibels. So I know that the New Orleans Saints tech guy probably called the Atlanta Falcons and was like, you remember when y'all was piping in crowd noise back in 2015? Like, how did y'all do that? Okay, how did y'all set that up? So I'm pretty sure he probably called them. You know what I'm saying? That's the time where they definitely had to go behind enemy lines, you know what I'm saying, in order to find that out. Because I mean, they did it first. You know what I'm saying? The words of Ray J, they did it first. DLP 2600 says our fan base is different. We support our team and each other. Not many fan bases bring what we do. I agree, man. You got a lot of fans that are quick to give up on a team, jumping out of the window. They love Monday morning quarterback calling those radio shows and venting their frustrations over, you know, something that not even that big of a deal. But the New Orleans Saints, man, like, I mean, we rally together. You know, that's one thing about us. You know, we rally together through good times and bad. Do you think Winston will be used much at all in the offense this year? He's been getting a lot of praises. No, I don't. Unless Drew Brees gets hurt. I think that we get things misconstrued sometimes because we look at Teddy Bridgewater last season and we look at Teddy and we like, Teddy got in the game. Well, Teddy got in the game because Drew Brees got hurt. If Drew Brees didn't get hurt, then you wouldn't have seen Teddy Bridgewater. And I feel like Jameis Winston is going to be a backup quarterback. Maybe the Saints might put him in maybe one play, probably against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, because once again, we know Sean Payton. We know he can't be on his petty. So, you know, probably see something like that. But to say that you're gonna see him throughout the entire season, no, I don't see that happening. He going to the Ravens. Okay, Shane. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't even know if the Ravens were in talks with him. Play some Madden while you're talking to use in the background. We see the gameplay. Oh, okay. I don't know, man. Justin, that's not really my lane. You know what I'm saying? I know there's a lot of podcasters that do that. That's not really me, man. And I don't know, man. I'm one of those people that's passion driven. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got a passion like to play Madden and stuff like that and do gameplay, then that's fine. But I would just honestly just be doing that, just for people, And I feel like one of the things about the State of the Saints podcast that I feel like I try to bring is being organic. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all get my real raw emotions in real time. This is my honest opinion. I don't try to shortchange anybody. So it's just not my thing. I don't know if it's something I would want to do in the future. Maybe, if I was up to it, but it's not really something I'm into, to be honest. True Earth says, can't wait for next Sunday. These critics are going crazy over the Succaneers, saying that they will be NFC South champions and they will be the first home team to host a Super Bowl. I ain't hear that from nobody but Skip Bayless. Turn off Undisputed to True Hurts. Skip Bayless. Too much Skip Bayless is bad for your health. Okay. All right. He's incredible at what he does. He's a spin master to the highest degree, but you gotta take him in very light doses. What's the update on the Kamara front? Any word on contract talks? I just tapped in. So if you answered this already, sorry. Nah, that's cool, man. No contract just yet, but his agent is talking to the Saints organization, and him being at practice, everything pretty much been quiet on the home front for the last couple of days now. So that's positive right there. So I think we're gonna be hearing something about him really soon. Gonna take a few more, then we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here, folks. It's been fun, man. This is the highest rated episode of the State of the Saints podcast ever. I have never seen these many people watching the State of the Saints podcast at one time ever. Okay, so congratulations to you. You need to give yourself a round of applause. We did it. Okay, so thank y'all. Casual Deck says the almighty Jadeveon Clowney. Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. I don't get it. TJ, you the real MVP, man. I appreciate that. Not today. I appreciate you for the kind words. Thank you so much for checking out the live. Also, Jamal says Saints will find cap space. Yeah, they always do, man. Mickey Loomis is a cap wizard. Everybody says that, and y'all seeing it up front, up close and personal. Our front four will be sick with Clowney. I think they're pretty good now, Daniel. I think they're underrated. The thing about it is, and why we're not praising them as much, is because they haven't been healthy. Should they get a new offensive coordinator? Are you talking about the Saints? Or are you talking about the Buccaneers? Who are we talking about here? Take a bow, TJ. And thank y'all. Okay, appreciate it. Jackson said the Saints don't have enough cap space for Clowney. That's not true, Jackson. If you move some guys around, okay, if you stretch out some guys' contracts, you turn some of those guys' deals into signing bonuses, then you'll have money for them. So they can make okay. Technically, you're right, because right now they have $7 million. But if you move some things around, you'll definitely have some space for them. Oh yeah, I put a thumbs up. You'll definitely have some space for them. Do you cover the Pelicans too? No, I don't, man. Capricorn King, I don't. I watch the Pelicans, but I don't really say anything about them too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just watch them. I'm not a real big basketball fan, not as big of a fan as I am in football, but I do want them to be successful, man. I'm rooting for them. Of course, they're the hometown team, so got to root for Zion and and Lonzo and them. So yeah, and shouts out to Brandon Ingram being the most improved player. This deal is pretty much done. Nader already reported it. You're like the third person I heard mention Nader. So I don't know, man. Nader must be on his stuff, man. He must be on it. So, but I want to say thank you all for checking out the State of the Saints podcast once again. The highest rated State of the Saints podcast ever. Okay, so I want to say thank you all for checking out the State of the Saints podcast. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com, search The State of the Saints podcast, facebook.com, search The State of the Saints podcast. Previous episodes available on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor FM, and also follow me on Twitter at State of Saints. That's State of Saints. And on Instagram at TJ Jones _ TJAY Jones _. Thank you all so much. Y'all take it easy. If there's some more news that come out about Jadeveon Clowney, I'll keep you all posted. And tune in tomorrow at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. Special guest on the State of the Saints podcast, T-Bob Abear. So y'all boys check him out, man. Y'all know he's the son of former Saints quarterback Bobby Abear, and he also played offensive line at LSU. So check it out, 12:30 Eastern Standard Time tomorrow right here on the State of the Saints podcast. Till next time, all I got to say is, who dat?